brought to you in part by Yard Style Car Wash Bar and Lounge. Now open. Jesus, it's not so bad.
So you can come down and get your car wash. We open until midnight. Every day we're open 7 days a week. You get your car wash, you get your food to eat, you know, the bar is there.
Podcast. My name is Meskel. My co-host,
BB.
Alright, so today we're focusing on dating. Modern perspective of dating. Do Jamaicans date? Our special guest today is Rodney Campbell. Just like our guest last week, Rodney is a man of many hats. So we'll give him the first run at it. Rodney, what's the status of dating in Jamaica? Does it happen?
Well, the very first thing I have to appreciate is whether or not people see dating the same way. Because if the perspective on dating is one thing, and is that a common understanding of what it is, then the perspective automatically is either the right one, a misleading one, or a completely incorrect one. So let us first try to establish, when we're talking about dating, what we're talking about. So in my mind, dating is, she and I have a couple conversations. We're going on and on. I would say, all right, we go out and we have some drinks, food, whatever. And after a while of communication, we decide that what we're going to enter into is what we call the pre-relationship stage. So that allows us now to date. So we're not together. Dating can bring the togetherness, but not because we're dating means we're together. But because we're dating with the hope that we get to a relationship, we try and live by the basic, as I said, rules that you believe lead people, the same two people, to get to a relationship. That's pretty much it.
Phoebe, do you believe that this is happening in Jamaica in this day and age? What's your take on it?
From experience, not experience personally, but seeing others. I think dating in Jamaica is quite different in the sense where it seems, on the surface, it would seem once two persons are going out, it's not considered dating. It's like it moves automatically from we're getting to know each other, we're finding out more about each other. It moves swiftly from that to them there. I think that's the concept in Jamaica.
That depends on the intention when you do the go in the first place.
Hear what I believe. I believe that men spend most of their time trying to get in the middle and then date after. It's like a backward thing. What you say about that, Rodney?
No, I was saying, I understand exactly what she's saying.
So like if
but that's not a dating scenario.
So like if the experience getting in the middle is not so wonderful or it is so wonderful, that is how now I develop a need to get to know the woman. What you say?
No, but hear what I understand exactly what she's talking about. And what she's talking about is a different kind of hookup scenario. Where I meet you tonight, we say we are going tomorrow night. I have an intention and you have an intention. And as such, we sleep together tonight. So come tomorrow, dependent on how tonight ends and how the morning starts, we suddenly make this decision. So, I mean, and you say, make us, all right, cool. So we wake up now and suddenly we are trying this relationship. That's a different scenario because that really has nothing to do with me wanting to get to know you in the beginning. You see the difference? In the beginning, dating, in the beginning, we going on dates because we claim the intention is to get to know each other. If tonight we hook up, sleep together, and then tomorrow we say, so are we this now? A two totally different thing, but as I said, it's intention.
Rodney, just help us. What do you see dating as? Just pinpoint that first.
Dating as a structure. Dating to me is a part of relationship development. It is an intentional decision.
Precursor.
Right. When we claim we want to see if we're compatible, if with this, if with that, if with the other. And after that period, sometimes it just naturally, in a sort of organic way, just makes us say, yeah, we're together now. Or,
But when looking at it in the Jamaican perspective, oftentimes that communication, that decision that says that we both need to make to say, it's me and you now. Oftentimes they don't have that decision. It's like a non-verbal communication because certain things happen. It becomes a non-verbal communication, and automatically one person, sometimes it's not both, one person say, all right, me reach certain place, we're there.
Which is why I try and tell you that.
Which is why I tell you more than anything else, intent is the key. Old school settings was I couldn't dare with you till we date you. And it's only after we date you and we agree that here we are together. What's the next step? Maybe we need to date a little longer. Maybe we date long enough and we're good. But the intent, nowadays, a lot of people are getting together. And relationship is not the intention. It is an entanglement that is beneficial. So, you know why you get with me tonight, and me know why me get with you. And tomorrow, since we already do what we do, that sealed the deal for you to now be able to say, all right, now you can start claim what you want little by little. And me can start claim what I want. Because remember, it's an arrangement we are make. And the bed seal it.
So, all right, I like how you bring that part forward, because here what's happening. For me, oftentimes, it seems like the males, get into that date. It's not dating. It's like once I get between there, if it good, may it there. If it not good, no sir, the date end. Dating no more. And the female now is getting in on the basis of, can this man take care of me? Am I secure? She's looking for security.
So you think it's a race?
Well,
No, it's not a race, you know.
You see, you agree with me that people are getting into there's a name for it, you know. It's not relationship, you know. It's like it's a benefit ship. It's like it's a benefit ship, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it means that you and I have a thing going. That's how it is. We have a thing going. But you and him have a thing going too. Me and I have a thing going.
No, that's an entanglement.
No. So the truth is, you tell him, say, I am that. You tell me the same thing. But you have to understand, the reason why you say that is because it's like you go came on a spark and bet for 2 hours, but the race not run yet. So when the race run, you're gonna see now which is the better horse. Don't mean you're gonna get rid of the other one, you know. Because I might have come third in the race, but it was not bad third. So now you still keep me. Just like you serve a certain kind of purpose. She serve a certain kind of purpose. But there are certain things about her when they really match. But I'm my girl. There are certain things we match, but they really match with that. You are my girl.
So, okay.
So that's different. That's why neither of these scenarios require dating.
But I hear you loud and clear. And while you were talking, I remember something. It takes me to the point of when dating, when two persons are dating, let's say we just met and we decide to go out and have a movie, dinner, and all of that. This week. The frequency of that depends on how well the person goes, right?
Yeah, I guess. As long as the two are available, the frequency should give me availability, reasonable availability. We should be able to, maybe it's weekends, maybe it's whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so during that period of time, both parties who are now dating, does it mean that you're now exclusively seeing only each other? Or during that period of time, either party can choose to fish around and date others? Because dating is getting to know each other. So is that okay?
I like the example, or I like the question. So walk with me now. Don't want you run with me. Walk with me through this. And while I give you this scenario, and by the way, we need to tell people so we also have a live audience, big up on yourself. Yeah. You're a high-end girl. Come on. Good. So I'm going to call you the Benz girl. Are you a standard that? Good. A Benz you drive, Benz life you live, Benz life you love. That's your thing. So here's the deal. You go down to Benz and you need to try and test drive a vehicle to see if you like it. So you drive it, go to airport, you drive it, come back, not bad. You try another one, you drive it, go wherever. You try get to choose which one you want, yeah?
Which one I'm comfortable?
Which one you most which one suits you the best? Because you know the things that make you happiest.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the leather. Maybe it's the sunroof. Maybe it's the aesthetics. Yeah, maybe it's the aesthetics of it. The design, the shape, the speed, the color. All these things. Good. So you're trying these different cars. Great. So the day comes when you've made up your mind, that one there is the one that's the best one. And let's say to you, they're going to sell it, that one. But you realize that between the time you did last test it, and you did test about 10 more, about 130 people drive that same car. So I said to them, you can't ask me to choose the car where 130 people drive. No, give me a brand new one like that. And them say, no, that's the one where say, you're like, yeah, but me not expect to take up the one where everybody drive out. No, you expect to get a brand new one.
You know why I'm laughing?
Hold on. So, what could be?
No, I want to interject.
You believe for some reason that you and I are dating, and along the way, trying to get to know me, your dating philosophy is that it's okay to date just not about 6 other guys and see what I go on. And one day you decide it's me. And now I'm looking and saying to myself, hold on now. I need the brand new car when we did look on in the beginning. No, but it been through the hands of many. How special can I feel about this acquisition when 5 other drivers out there stop and see and say, they don't know, say, me they have a black car there too, you know. So you know the best thing? Why not decide that you want to get to know me and I say I want to get to know you, and I park my options, you park yours, and we see where it goes. If it don't work, fine, cut it and move along.
I 100% agree with you. Totally agree with you, but two things.
Like the walk where you walk.
Yes.
Okay.
But 2 things came out of that. And this is it. Number 1, there is the notion behind all the discussion that dating has to include sex. You see why you, no, hold on.
I never said that.
Hold on, no. The test drive.
Yeah.
The test driving insinuated.
No,
that,
it never insinuated
hold
that.
on, yes, hold
you
on.
decided to put it there.
Oh no, hold on. I am sure.
Well, hold on.
I'm sure the audience
Anybody
may be thinking the same thing.
Anybody?
Hold
No,
on.
you are hoping.
Hold on.
You are hoping.
My inference.
Remember now. In order for you to test drive a car, you cannot simply stand up and watch it driving past you.
We're gonna deviate.
You have to end up in this space, which means dating you means I end up in your space.
But hold on.
We go to dinner, we go to drinks, we go for movies. That's me sharing your space. Sex is like driving the car now at 180 miles per hour for see. Or it handle at that point.
Yes, but
that's
listen,
different from feeling out the car and getting to know if you like it.
We are taking your analogy into the dating arena.
Yeah.
And
test.
Yes.
Test.
The test drive.
Not sex, test.
The test drive. Because if it is that a woman is going to go out to dinner with a guy and to get to know this person, and later on down the line, the same person who she only went out on a dinner with is going to come, oh, I've been with her. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
No.
How could he make such a statement?
I'm going to tell you why. Because when you stand up at the Benz gate, the same car you test drive, it shot past you. Boom. Tama driving. In 1 hour, it shot past you. Aria driving. It shot past you. Dick, pardon the pun. Him a driving.
No pun intended.
So when I answer that done, the same car you have an interest in, has passed you 5-6 times with 5-6 different drivers, and now you're expected to look at that car and believe for some reason. All them are doing drive it, you know. But you have to now ask yourself, is this car as valuable in my mind as I thought before? Because I was interested in it when I tested it. But now I realize it's up and down, it's up and down, it's up and down, it's up and down. You don't even need to know how them been driving it. What you want, wouldn't you prefer that you test drive the car today, tell them that you're interested, and when you go back tomorrow, it's in the same spot where you leave it, maybe they move it, but then wash it, it put on, at least you know that for the time being until you're ready to buy it.
Yeah, but
it's not up and down.
But Rodney, we can both agree that taking your analogy in the dating world,
Dating world.
the test drive, anybody would prefer that you are speaking
About sex.
about sex.
No,
Hold on.
Well, that's their
Hold on.
you can't blame me
No, but hold on.
for the fact that
But
me are
that's a
talking about.
culture.
No.
That's
Don't
the
blame me for the
culture.
fact that me are talking about banana and people think
Society
you're talking
agree.
about fritters. Talking about banana and talking about banana fritters is two different things.
Yes, but
Banana fritters come from
yes,
banana.
Rodney,
But talking about banana is not the same as talking about fritters.
Rodney, okay, let run.
Someone talk about clocks, someone talk about slippers. You understand?
Run with me, Rodney. Run with me.
Run with you.
Yes.
Oh.
So your same analogy. How many persons have been to a car dealer?
Lots.
Some people just go there because they're manifesting a car
True.
and test drive it, but they know they don't have a dime to buy it.
But when the time comes to buy it,
But they can't buy that same car.
no, they can.
Can't.
But they buy it as a car that is known as
Listen up.
used.
No, listen to what we're saying. Listen to what we're saying. Listen to what we're saying.
Pre-owned or used.
But Rodney, you test drive a vehicle, not having the ability to purchase that vehicle, should know the person or the owner sit waiting and hoping that one day you'll return for this vehicle.
Which is why I said to you, the principle of the dating is that we will get to a point where we decide either we are work out or we not work out, because once you realize that we cannot afford the car, I'm not getting any more test drive. I can look at it but my opportunity at that point is done. It's time for somebody else. That's why it's not everybody can just walk in a Benz and just say they want to test drive a car. In many ways, you seek to try and establish people's, and whether you like it or not, it is what it is. You try to establish people's profession, people's income, people's interests, people's socialization. There are many car dealerships. We don't have a lot of them here. But there are car dealerships where you cannot simply walk in there and even buy a car unless you come qualified. All the money, all when you have the money, all when you have the money, you know, qualify. You have to, you know what I mean?
So Rodney, that speaks to the getting to know you process.
That's dating.
Me evaluating.
Not sex,
Me
dating.
evaluating where you fit in providing for my needs in whichever way.
Right.
For example, some women want financial security.
Them shouldn't date.
Hold on. Some want emotional support.
Them shouldn't date either.
No, but those are some of the things you evaluate. When you're dating, you want to know how is this person emotionally mature?
No, that's a different thing.
Mature.
Emotionally mature,
But
different from
that's
saying you need emotional support.
Yes.
You need emotional support Go fix the emotional
whichever-
self first before you go try and date.
I don't agree
Unless
with
you
that.
want to go there with a
So what you
psychologist
doing a
and
partner?
get free
What you
treatment.
have a partner for? What
Hold
is
on.
your partner for?
Hold on. First things first. And then we do man, they warn me over this, and I'll say this. You see a thing called self-esteem. You would like me to make sure that your self-esteem is great.
No,
Hold
that's
on.
not what emotional
Hold on.
support means.
Hold on. I give you an. You know what I would suggest? You see, before you bring somebody else into your life, go work on your self-esteem.
No,
If you're
I mean-
emotionally fragile, you see, before you take up somebody else, go try and strengthen. Why?
No.
Because
No.
when you meet me in this dating and figure that I'm somebody who can offer you emotional stability, financial stability, all these different things. What you really coming, you're choosing me because you see me as a fixer.
But Rodney, hold on.
I'm not,
Hold on.
people shouldn't get together to fix each other.
Pause.
Help each other, not fix
Hold
each
on.
other.
Pause a minute. Because it would seem, we don't want nobody to walk away with the idea that, okay, you are getting into a relationship, void of emotions,
No.
void of concerns,
Just,
void of basic care.
just that agenda driven.
No, it's not an agenda
Right.
driven, because let me give you an example. Even the most confident person needs emotional support at times.
Yeah.
Yes. So you want to know.
Support.
Yes, that's what I said.
But I'm making sure to point out there's a difference between you being emotionally fragile and choose me.
No, not
we must
fragile.
support each other.
No, I don't believe a
We
person
must
should.
support each other.
Yes, but I don't
Right.
believe I don't believe persons should get in relationships for others to fix them. If you have an issue, if you know you're in, a lot of times, women, men, them get hurt out there, them they don't have a relationship where the man hurt them, the woman hurt them, and they walk in with this baggage, expecting, and all of a sudden, you're looking to see if the man go do the same thing or the woman go do the same thing that they want to do. No, that's a problem.
Dating would have helped fix that because it would have made me realize
Some early that maybe, just maybe, that's what we all about. Some people love you.
Exactly, but what I'm
never
saying,
date now. I would just have sex and get together. You know how long it takes me to figure out say that in the man?
yeah, but what I'm saying now,
Dating
what
is a
I'm
good
saying,
idea.
emotional support,
I want the dog in the
mental,
people and dog there who want in the shot there.
emotional support, physical support, those are important things to assess when you are getting into a relationship. I can have a bad day at work,
Well,
and if my
when you're
husband is
getting into a
void of
relationship,
emotions,
or when you're dating.
no, but the dating is assessing to see if we can get there.
Right.
So I am going to assess you to see where you can provide for my needs. Whether you are mature enough, whether you are, sociable. We have some persons who are not sociable.
And dating allows you to figure out who this person is and how much you and them blend. When we do not date and we get into this, bam, 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 and then we wake up and start saying, so, don't. Yeah, baby, good.
But can you agree that that's the standard in Jamaica?
It's the standard.
So
That's why so many relationships don't work.
that is what we're
Because
getting at.
people don't understand. And for those who try the dating that you are talking about, where it's okay to date different people.
No, I'm not saying that.
Hold on, I just saying
I'm
to you.
not- no,
Let me burn
I'm
it
not
from. Let me
saying
burn
that.
it from now.
I'm not
When-
saying that.
Whether you or anybody else,
No, I'm just saying
let me burn it
there
from
are
now.
those that would do that.
Because
I'm not saying that's the standard.
No
Or should
reasonable
be
man.
the standard.
I don't know about no reasonable man is prepared to get to know a woman and try to create a relationship with her if he believes that Monday him and her go out, Tuesday she and Jason.
Wednesday, because sooner or later.
You know what I'm? Sooner or later, you see, the first time he kiss you, me know within myself say, we are moving a little further. The first time you get to rub you down a little bit and no, we're not to. Imagine when we realize one day say, you and Jason and Charlie and Harry go out and your argument is, remember I'm dating, all of a sudden, me feel like say, and me and four-man outfit there with you. Me not use for you. You remember the Benz? Rodney? Okay.
Changing pace a little bit, yeah? Alright. Cases of relationship or well, dating gone bad. Personal experiences over your
Many years.
500 years on earth.
Relationships gone bad.
Not relationships, but dating.
Dating gone bad.
But you must have tried it at some point.
I tell you something. For the very, it's ironic. I have vivid memories of knowing in my mind that I was dating that woman. And I go somewhere and see her. And she out with the next man. And we never really make much of it, if you know what I mean. Because, hey, me not know. But she go on like say, and I mean, she go out with 2 nights before. So, when she give me the ale, the bill a little bit, I wait till she get an opportunity, she get up and I make a move. And I said, what's up, babe? She said, I call you. I said, all right, cool. So the next day, I call her and I said, pardon me if me wrong, but last night looked like you're out with your man. She said, no, we just out on a date. I said, but me just out on a date. She said, yeah, but remember I told you right now I'm not ready for a relationship. I just want to date. So I said, it means then that on any given night, anything can go on. Try and know say the day come when she tell me say, all right, me and her go work it out. I say, oh, see, but she never tell me the part that said she had about 3 different options that she'd have worked on all along. So instead of one Benz a drive with different people are driving, she ended up acquire 3 Benz. I have a couple different people that drive the 3 Benz. I said, cha. Some of just call it a day because can you imagine me a driver go on and with a feel say, yeah man, I made this. And 2 days after the brakes get low, I wonder what go on. You know, the engine, it was service already. I wonder what go on. Now while me think me take time I drive it and it not drive gone away. Somebody else I take it I go around the world and
So VD, what are some of your what have some of your experiences been? You know, back in the day with dating.
Remember she just bad. And like she never went down there.
You hear this now? Listen, I've never. For me, it's quite different because I got married early, and that's the thing. I've always been a wife, so
No.
I never. Okay.
You date before you're married.
Of course, most certainly.
How long? Short.
All
right.
And then I got married.
Good. You're still married?
No.
You understand why?
By choice. No, but for real, what I'm saying is, I've had experience where, yes, and this is seen to be a Jamaican thing. Once you hook up, you're a man. That seemed to be the culture here. Once we hook up, certain way, I'm a woman. And that's how Mr. Jamaican dating.
Something wrong with that.
Hold on. Sometimes.
You give me the deep inner sanctum of yourself, something that you claim is valuable and highly so. I give you thy rod and thy staff, they comfort thee. When these two things come together, I figure that I have given my prize to a prized woman.
Yeah, but Rodney,
Then you don't must my woman then.
all right, you see it? But it takes two to decide. It takes two to decide. I'm going to play the devil. I'm going to play the devil's advocate right now.
So why not play God advocate?
No,
because
because God have a different standard, a higher standard. So that's what makes the difference. So we're going low.
Low, though?
Yes, we're gonna go low. So that's the devil's advocate.
Be surprised that Judy stay married since you say you want to go low. Surprised.
Ronnie, listen.
I'm just saying.
No, but what I'm saying, right?
Because that are going good today and the dating.
You see, listen. It takes two to make a relationship, not one.
Right.
And not because you give the rod and staff. It means it comforts thee. You have to remember that. The rod and the staff may not.
Are you telling me you're the only person?
Hold on. It may not have comfort thee.
Come on, we're working for the fact that we're not going to reach this here. It comforts you and it comforts you.
I'm speaking for ladies out there who, not that is my standard.
Right.
I'm just looking at things that persons would think but afraid to say.
No, but before you go there, sir.
Wearing a woman.
What about us? You alright with it?
No man, you tell me and you say a true.
No, but you're like, did that come as a communication or that just a non-verbal?
No man, agreement? I don't know how it did come. I just know how you did tell me. You tell me say great. And me tell you say
at what point?
during and after, and the next day and the next week, and y'all call me from work and tell me say, boy babes, you know say all no good.
Okay.
So
that is for you.
I'm saying
that is your experience.
Can you imagine after you tell me this, for you to turn around and say, we still not at that point yet because we were just dating her, it takes two and you still want to explore your options. By this time you start feeling some people hold your hand now and say, yeah man, let me introduce you to my girl. And you say, he's just my friend.
Styling.
We're just friends. Yeah, we're just dating.
Okay, you see how it
Me sleep with you and we're just dating.
Let's put the shoe on the other foot.
Take your vagina and go on a coronation market and love me.
No, let's put the shoe. Let's put the shoe on the other foot. No. Let's put the shoe. Listen.
I'm marking this is the deal. Me alone.
That's not true.
Everybody are going
put the shoe on the other foot.
Up.
Let's put the shoe on the other foot. Are those females out there who go into a dating situation, give the man the thing, and the man, and she no feel like because during the process he say all of the nice things. Him, oh, baby, I love you. This and that, and he talk about things. And man, the man, and she get up and she feel like, yeah, me find a man. Only to hear him or see him out with another woman, and when she confronts him, hear him.
Who's dating?
Yeah. Isn't it the same situation?
You would have taken that from the man.
No, but hold on.
You want to take that from the man?
No, but listen to what I'm saying.
Sure.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Oftentimes, that's what men put women through. That is the culture of Jamaica.
They will ask you to take the argument
That is, it's
from a
not
man.
about me. It's not about me. It is the standard by society, by Jamaican culture. That is the standard. It is okay for the men to shop around. It is okay,
Okay, by
for
whose standard?
by the Jamaican standard, not gallus. Man a gallus.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on. Let me just point out something to you. The fact that we might be quote unquote gallus, and I have my own opinion about that because we were quite alright when we read Bible and all these things about Solomon and all of them on there. So we are now only called gallus because somebody came along and tell us that we need to change who we are as people and adapt a model that belong in like US or somewhere else.
Which is the nuclear standard.
Yeah. That has never been
The nuclear standard.
for those who are Christian, that has never been the standard by which mankind was judged.
No, it's not.
None of the kings appointed
No.
under God never.
100% agree.
So when all said and done, even in the scenario of man to have one girl and woman to have one man, even in that scenario, I don't really know that the average Jamaican man is trying to defend his argument that he has a right to have 20 women. Because when him a look you, it is highly unlikely that him going to tell you point blank, say, look here, me want to make you 21. Him going to try. So the fact that he might have 20, I don't know that it's all about him trying to convince you, him think him entitled to and him have a right to and all of this. The difference is, I believe a man believes that it is difficult for him to find one woman that will keep him happy over a period of time. Nowadays, it is difficult to find a woman who don't believe. In the last 10, 15 years, all of a sudden, woman take up this thing. Them man now do it all the while. Now our time now, and we're finding it increasingly difficult to meet women or to be seriously involved with women who don't think that having several men is normal, which is why we did start off and we're end up as up. Dating is a completely different concept, or in my mind, if people focused on the way dating goes, me interested in you, you like go on with me. So it is you and I who go to the movies. It is you and I who go out for drinks. It is, and the more we do this, and because you like this, and me like this, that's the reason why you don't go out with him, even though him ask you, are him. And
I agree with you. I totally agree.
Once you start going to the whole of them, a difference up you tell me. Them the time they tell me say, yeah, walk a look man. And I dating that.
Hold on. So I totally agree with you. And it takes us back to the start where we say dating is getting to know each other. You're getting to know, if this partner is this a quite fitting person for me. And that goes on both sides.
Out of all the people who are interested in it, this one, yeah.
So, and when it comes on to the dating, there are two things that it seems to be the standard. There is no, standard of agreement or whatever. Sometimes how long does dating go on for? Because you have people dating 5 years, 6 years.
No, sir.
Date them again.
Look here, people who are dating 5 years, they're really trying. I think together them trying to trick the world.
Exactly.
Right?
You must call
remember what I said to you. Dating is a preparatory step, an introductory step for us to decide if we move along. And as two human beings, it's almost like you're not up on probation 3 years, 4 years,
Definitely
for a job.
Definitely
No,
not.
because some jobs are 3-month probation, some other jobs are 6-month probation. Primarily because we utilize either the 3 to the 6 to reasonably assess if this person
It's suited.
is suitable. We don't expect to hear somebody there one job 2 years and them they on probation.
No.
No, so if it take 2 years for me to be able to say to you, you know, I really like your company. And I really like this, and I really like, and you are telling me, oh, yeah, man, and we are talking about these things. So why would I get together? Clearly, in the beginning, I told you I was married, and you tell me say you're separated, or something. It cannot be that the two of us are two single people only have spend time with each other regularly, and you're not interested in that 20 people, but not interested in anybody else. Then we still a date. On a date, we are lying.
So what's a reasonable enough? What's a reasonable period to be considered as dating?
It's not hard. It's not hard and fast. All has to do with both.
Yeah, but there must be a
Individuals.
time.
Yes.
Whether it's 3 months, 6 months.
Yes.
Even after 6 months, you might change your mind. You might.
Now, changing the mind is what
So
issue
you gotta
because
take something
when it
for you to
comes,
change your
yeah,
mind.
but when it comes to you changing your mind, you know, the dating over. So
Yeah,
how long does that take?
hear what happened now. Hear what happened now. After a period of time, let's say you guys didn't start having sex yet, when you actually wall out, right? Both of them wall out. You go dinner, you go overseas, you go country, go hiking, and you love how she hike. And you love how she swim. Because we go on the beach and she can swim, and if nothing she can save if you're a chore. Yeah, you love her vibes and things. Then now you step it up a notch, you say, alright then, give me some other thing then I want some, you reach a stage there. You get some. You say, wow, she blow your mind. And let's say you blow for your mind too. Right there and then you can just decide it, not time to dip on it. Just decide say, yo, so we need to dip now.
So that could be
Never
within
make
a month.
sex. Never make sex the reason.
Exactly.
No, but remember say we go up on the
Take it
beach.
from me, brother.
Remember say we go up on the beach and we go foreign and we do a sort of thing and we love it, one another energy. And then now, yes, sex was the last thing. Based on how I let it
If you
go.
never did have sex, you just still out there with that.
That is the thing. Yes.
That is not the sex then.
No, well, I never say it's really the sex, I gonna be the determining factor. But just I said it is an important factor. Whether you want to deny it.
If the bands never have
Yes,
sport,
I know.
sport mode, you love it. The fact say that sport mode, nice.
You love it even
Never have
more.
sport mode though.
You don't still love it? Yeah, man, I still love it.
Chances are enough that you will use the sport mode. But it did it.
Okay, so far we have covered a lot, and to be honest, I've played the devil. No, we're not closing. But to be honest,
Check
yeah.
time, boy, are you?
But to be honest,
I know I'm ready for the no.
I know the standard. I think the standard of dating in Jamaica can be needs to be improved. I think people need to understand. No, I think we as a people need to understand what dating really is.
No, we need to know what the relationships are.
The difference between relationship and dating.
No, the difference between
Before we can get to that stage, brother,
being in a relationship and not being in one.
we have to remember that things are progressive. So back in the days, mama, papa, grandma, and grandpa, all them used to do things different from now.
It worked though.
Yeah,
So
it
works. But we live in an age now where Bill Gates said, let's say, looking from now, and the robot them now gonna do everything. And you see, say, woman, they love the phone, man too. Them in the phone, and the thing
No
must
matter how
change.
time change. Don't them still build house with foundation?
Exactly.
No, we don't. Design for house change. No?
Yes.
Our houses look, the material they use
Certain
in them,
things remain the
all
same.
kind of things change.
Yeah.
But they have a foundation that has never changed.
Well, the thing is that the house don't have a mind of its own.
No.
But about two people,
It's somebody have to build it.
one mind.
Somebody have to build it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, no matter the kind of house you want, the principle of foundation remain the same from your grandfather and your great-grandfather time till now, and it will remain that way forever. The problem is, too much people now look on the house and the first thing them admire the roof, and the roof them want. Them not really care how the wall them build or the foundation set. So anything to make one structure stand up. So when it start rock down, them find fault. It did not have a good foundation to begin with.
But here what I want to find out from you. What role do you think social media plays in people's approach towards dating and relationships?
Literally the explanation with us give.
Expound.
Social media has made people believe in every aspect of life, which also applies to relationships. There is no such thing as putting in the work. Women now, men, them go out there and everything must be instant. So before me even know her name, we can spend half hour and try to get her to sleep with her and still don't know her. That's the aim. And in half hour, if it not seem like she give up the goods, my God, she'll talk to me in a half hour. If it not sound like me can pay all her bills, she gone. And we get into too many contractual arrangements, which is why even in the marriage life, you see people getting married and them want the marriage what them see. Certain people up on social media, big stars, that's what they want. And then after them get married, after them have the wedding, now when you say to them, what go on with married life? Because it's not a marriage them they don't want to do. They wanted a wedding. As I said, who that the first thing they tell you, they want a divorce. Why? This not work out. Yeah, but you're married 6 months now. Yeah, but I'm done. If you check it, social media has created one of the easiest fictions to buy into. And the truth is, I don't think people buy into it, I think they lie into it. Enough of them out there know say them the whole thing is a lie. But them sell it to themselves and sell it to you to the point where that's why the person I see sit down in front of me, I can scroll them Instagram and she have 100 pictures. And none of the 100 look the same. But certainly none of the 100 don't look like her neither. But me and you are around down who we see. And by the time we see her, we say, oh, Zine, she all have a different look from the look there and the look there and the look there. So, me and you take some picture we post and we try to say, all right, and we lean up on Bentley and New York and we lean up against Lamborghini and UK. So now all of a sudden, you two are hook up. And it's just, oh, she discovered, oh, you really don't own a Lamborghini.
You really don't live in New York.
So suddenly now, she will come on social media and tell everybody. The same way she tell people, say, this is my boo and bae and Ray. And she just take a picture of the two on the shoes and the Lamborghini. Now when she realized that you don't own Lamborghini, the same girl who would have sit down and just tell her friend, boy, I'm not lie. Me lose, you know. The man trick me. Now she come on social media. Nobody has ever seen you. Nobody don't know you like that. But she come on social media. Jason. Dirty Jason. John Crow. People. And she put up a picture. This man tell me same own Lamborghini and carry me around the world 2 times and me realize him broke. And then I just said, oh, this droppy. A 3 week now, you know. And in the 3 week of whirlwind, you became our boo, our bae, or this or that or the other. And in that 3 week, now scandal.
Yeah, but
Social media. Not for them, not social. And them not understand the purposes of media. It's anti-social media, that's what it is, most time.
But it's quite, it's a shame that persons would go into relationship based on, you know, an image of what they think it should be. Yeah. Because notice I'm not saying dating, I'm saying relationship. Because for whatever reason. Yes, but some persons are in arrangementship when only one party know that it's an arrangementship. Both of them don't know it's an arrangementship.
This is why the news work, how it works.
Yeah. So, you know, it's social media really has an impact on how, you know, people interact with each other nowadays. It creates some expectation in both male and female, because you have young men now who are going after older women because of social media, who, you know, deemed it and showed it that, you know, an older woman will take care of him. So they do that. No, there are some genuine ones, you know, but there are those that go that you know, aiming to find an older woman because they feel like the older woman going to set them. That's a trend.
Yeah, and a lot of older women go for younger men because they need them to get
the fix.
Not to set them up.
Yeah, to get the fix.
Right.
You understand? So
hook them up. So it's sort of like, and that's the same thing I'm telling you. Social media make both of them meet in the middle and think, hey, this is cool. Right? There's no such, it is a privacy in a relationship. You don't have privacy in a dating. Then you go for 4 days, 3-4 days. And all of a sudden, everybody knows, are we good, are we not good, worship them. Everybody knows. So I took it to carry. I remember you had to live, you know.
yeah.
So now them know me.
I post everything.
But they take it to carry.
They went to the beach.
No. So in the beginning.
When they drive out of town.
Just the movie alone. So bought the popcorn and the jumbo hot dog with the franks and the drink. And so we sat down together and we were holding hands. And the entire thing, by the time you check it out, one day you realize, hold on, date 4, and everybody know every aspect of the date we go on already. Might as well be there with Instagram and love you.
More time, somebody in the relationship are talking.
Yeah.
Somebody in the back, somebody in the back.
I don't know if the man or the woman.
Giving the advice.
No, let me say. What I'm referring to is the outside world knowing when we go on date, we go on the date, who will say what to who. And most somebody in the crew leak the information.
No, because
who do that most of the time? Anybody can answer?
the females do that most of the time. I'm going to agree with that. You know, for those who are not mostly private.
You know, in the video, your face in the video, like fronted, as some side profile. And,
No, man, she don't want no other woman take your woman, so she don't show your face. You hear they say no face, no kiss?
Hashtag J.
No face, no kiss, man.
Hashtag J.
That even that has become a trend. It's a trend, you know. It's a trend.
And them call it dating.
It's dating. But something you said earlier, which I needed to backtrack on, and it's the standard of what it used to be then, even way before our time.
It as a foundation of principle and socially organized and acceptable behavior.
Yeah.
That is
So it is accepted. It is accepted that it's a standard from way back when. Man go have more than one woman. Right? Even in Bible times. Even in Bible times. No, I'm not saying we're not saying, you know.
It's okay.
Yeah,
now.
but it's also the standard that a woman is to remain with one man. That's standard. That's principle. And I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
You have the Benz. And if everybody can come jump in it and drive it, sooner or later.
Your queen is your queen.
Why you don't think you don't see Range Rover run half a tree, puppy?
But what I'm drawing at though is
why you think that is? No, because sooner or later, after it run up and down, it down the value.
That is true. But what I'm saying is, right?
And it's more expensive to fix it back.
What I'm saying is, while it is the standard that, you know, men, it's okay, it's an undercurrent, it's a silent or unspoken acceptable thing.
No, it is a biblically.
Yeah.
It is in a Christian country. It is a biblically.
And we are trying to change that.
Why?
Okay, but hold on.
You know, sister, something wrong with that.
No, hold on. Let me tell you what is wrong with it. No, I'm going to say what is wrong with it.
Judgment.
I'm going to say what is wrong with it. Even in those times, the king would have this one woman. This is the queen. And even with all the concubines he has out there, she deserves the respect. And there was no, hold on, the concubines know their place. You know where cheating for me comes in? Hold on, let me tell you where you cheat. Hold on. Let me, yes, fine. But you know where the cheating literally comes in? It's not the finance. It's not the sex. Hold on. But no, and it's not the finance and it's not the sex. You know where it is? It's the emotional attachment. That hold on, where you're going to show or display the same role that the woman or the queen should have. No other woman should play that role.
Why do you think the king had several top level women and concubines?
Separate from the queen.
Yeah, why do you think that?
But that's what I'm trying to show you.
Why do you think that?
But men nowadays not do that. It's like the woman out the road that get the same and even better standard of treatment than the queen.
Why do you think that is? Two things. You worship the queen. The queen honor everybody, somebody. The whole world, the kingdom don't see the queen every day. The kingdom, so the queen don't come on. Good. You don't sleep with the queen. Every night, you just hop on for the queen because you're the king. I go on. No. You rest the queen. The queen must always premium. So the concubines are there because the king is entitled then to just get around done. That's for relief. It's preserving the queen. But the second thing, the top tier woman who ride along at the level of below the queen right there so are for the purposes more than anything else. If the queen has not provided a son, these women are options to create a son. Do you know when the queen loses her respect? One, if she can't have a child.
Sarah.
Two, if her first child is a daughter. But three, worse, if she end up pregnant again and is a daughter. Because daughters cannot be king. Good. So you understand the viability
of the king and his lineage must allow him to be able to create succession. It's not Galley's business.
But that's what you don't understand.
Right? It's not Galley's business. It's not just show seed and hope it sow. It's not about that. It's a deeper understanding of value, legacy to the kingdom.
Legacy.
So you see, sometimes one of you just understand themselves and allow man to create kingdoms. Who them? Slew them.
Who them have your feelings never carry?
Alright.
Mr. Bailey. Hear what happened now. As we move towards the end of the show, this episode, I want to find out from VB and Rodney, what role do both of you think parents play in the promotion of dating? Anybody want?
Let me tell you the misconception about the proper. If my mother, cause my father cut, if my mother, you know the uncle something there, every now and again you just get their uncle. And somebody, I don't know why women feel so pick they always either. Anytime them want to have different man, them just automatically feel kids are idiots. That's why a child go to school and sit down and say, my mom have a lot of uncles, you know. Yeah, I have a lot of uncles. Uncles come all the time. Some uncles sleep in the bed with mommy, some uncles come and leave. I just say, oh, what kind of style? No, because so that child cannot grow up with an understanding of certain things. Just like me try my best when my daughter them younger, you know. But me try find strategies to think me I go around them with certain things so them not really see people more than so on. But at the same time, the day come when them sit down and say, Daddy? But I don't even know what I do, you know. You know, say, I always hear say this, you know, I will come see what? And in many ways you have to ask yourself, you see, socially and culturally, dating was an institution because my grandfather had no choice than to date my grandmother. As a matter of fact, he had to apply like a work he might try again to come and say respectfully, I'd like the opportunity to carry her to the park to go have ice cream or really. We know your family.
That's when they will stand up.
Yeah, we are Methodist. We are Methodist too. All right. This, that, blah, blah. You're a good boy. All right. And as it goes along, any other boy is seen and carry out. And also they are hard at. Because remember now, no other man can come interview for the work until that done with or when it go to a next level now, the next level is marriage. It too must come and face interview. So you
But
understand.
You realize the level they cut out now though.
Because a lot of people at
So
times.
we have a society of dating people.
No, what we have a society of is people who claim them want to build houses without foundation. Them say, Chuck, that's a granny time.
Yeah.
Different times now.
Yeah.
No matter the way the times change. I go back to it. Parents set it for you. You set it for your children and so on and so forth. But nowadays, them go and look at all the way and say, all the time something that now we're again and waiting end up. they come with their own preconceived and created images and ideas. And then they wonder why in a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, them been through 6 different relationships.
What's your view, Didi?
For me, growing up, I used to have a lot of aunties.
What's your?
Yeah, man.
Which one was your favorite?
Well, no. The aunties on my father's side. The one on my father, I only have one sister. So, don't know matter. But when I'm with my dad, when females come around, I could identify that they're with my father. Because my dad used to travel. So, I went by for them, went by for me. So when I want to know if this lady and my father is involved, I go to the door or I go to in his room and I look for her shoes. Because she and I will have the same shoes.
Father and a style.
Because he's shopping, so I'm just buying one.
He's not good in style. He's not a style.
He's not good in style.
No, my mom, no.
No, if you did have no style, ignore this.
No, but think, as we say, we think our children are stupid. Yes, but I was a smart one. Now my mom, no, it's uncle this and uncle that and uncle that I come and I go down the road with uncle this that used to
You
be
want
the thing.
ice cream?
Me and uncle, yeah.
I saw you get to have the favorite uncle.
Yes, always I give you
I
something.
give nothing but it.
But for me, I don't know. I also grew up with my grandmother.
And there's always a nasty uncle where the mother they bring round.
Yes.
And there's a one nasty uncle.
Yeah.
But
But
they might use ice cream as style.
Nutty bud.
Yeah, man. Dirty man.
But I also grew up with my grandmother, and in that home was my grandmother, my grandfather, and my great grandmother. So I was grown on principle and standard art. Yes, man. Fully clad. Wake up certain time, do certain things. You know, you have to this. You can't put your hand on the table. You have to eat with the knife and fork.
You stand up at gate.
Yeah, no, you can't stand up at gate.
Problem.
No, you cannot stand up at the
And
gate.
if 2 different boys come call for you.
I can't. Number one, I had a grandfather. I can't go shop. He might go shop.
Girls we didn't go shop.
No, we cannot go shop. So I had the experience of, you know, the good and the bad. And from that, I think I gather, you know, for myself, bits and pieces of what I see work and stick with it.
Yeah.
So for me, I have boys, and I want my boys to be gentlemen. And we all have a different concept or a different, you know. But we're talking about the lay person, gentleman. Don't give me.
It is women who teach us. Our mothers are our first teachers of how to be gentlemen.
Yeah.
Our mothers cannot, however, teach us how to be men.
No, that is true.
So,
That is true. You need a male for that.
but you see,
So-
you see that something when they hold open the door?
Holding open the door for a woman. Is that your father teach you that?
Mother teacher.
Your mother teach you that. And every single time you open the door already for God treat and she stand about the door. Sooner or later, you understand. For all those mothers, and I've seen some of them, we always allow the boy if he fly the door and guard in and have to catch the door and then walk in.
Not myself.
Remember, if him do that, the same thing him going to do with a girlfriend and then him wife or woman.
Yes.
And then him going to tell you, I don't know where you come from because my mother never. So we understand how to treat you in many ways based on how our mothers work with treatment.
And for the females,
And if you allow man to take you make idiot,
you're teaching your daughter
No,
to
no.
be domiciled.
no, we go and sit down and understand, say,
You know, if you have
either we gonna deal with a woman like idiot or we insist that we don't want a woman like you.
Yeah.
Make up your mind, one or the
That
other.
is true. So for me, majority of the time, I am a single parent. I am a single parent. So I have one daughter and 4 sons. So I am tasked with the responsibility of always being mindful that my boys need to learn how to treat women right. And I'm also tasked with the harder part of the responsibility that I need to show my daughter what not to accept and what to accept from a man. So for me, it's not being with this man today and being with this man tomorrow and I'm dating this person this minute and dating somebody else tomorrow. No, because I'm going to teach my daughter the wrong concept or the wrong way. So I have to sometimes even, I think I've created a bad habit where I'm sticking it out too long when I should have pack up and gone. Because I'm trying to show my daughter that you must hold out and you must work on it, because in those times, our grandparents used to fix it instead of throwing it out.
Different.
So I've
not just different times, different strategy. Because it was based on a different kind of socialization. You understand? So many things were different, and the dynamics were so very different.
Yes.
And because of that, we need to understand when we're looking at the templates that is then and now.
Yes.
The dynamics of what those templates were and why them celebrate 50-year anniversary and we divorce after 5 years.
Yeah. And that's what I admire, because on my mother's side of family, it's broken relationships. Majority of relationships on my mother's side of family is broken relationships. That's the standard that is set on that side. But on my father's side of family, I see my uncles, they're celebrating 52 years of marriage and all of those things. It's a different standard.
Better choices.
Yes. And I look on and I say, boy, I rather the side here because it seemed like it worked.
More stable.
More stable. So I've tried, I'm still trying to impart the good things to my children. Not everyone would accept it, because the environment plays a major role in that. Exactly.
All right, guys. With that said, we come to the end of another excellent podcast, another episode of Sip and Chat. Thank you, Rodney Campbell.
And you can join us on the podcast because we have live audience. So if you feel like one of these times you want to come down and sit in and give your views, feel free.
Yes, with that said, our topic next week will be the impact of crime and violence on an entire community. We'll have some very interesting guests, and we want to thank you for tuning in this week. We look forward to having you next week again and onwards. Blessings. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. People, tomorrow my time now. Please something tell you. Come on, tell you. Give it to them. Come on, them.